Welcome to another episode of Hereford FC on Vanilla FM, and today we are going to look at the Club World Championship. As you can see, we've just reached halftime, and we'll do a little bit of a review of the goals before halftime. But just to get us started, let me just start the second half. And then what we can do is jump into the goals again. So, just to do a bit of a recap on what's happened so far in the save. So we're playing Hereford FC. The year is 2041. We have won the Premier League again, and we've just won the Champions League and the FA Cup as well for the year. So the club is getting stronger and stronger, obviously. We are struggling a little bit financially, so we're not able to bring in new signings as we need to strengthen the squad. But I think that's okay for now. But this is the real highlight of the game. Let me just go through another goal. Sorry, there was a penalty at one point. Oh, hang on, I pressed the wrong button there. So this is the real highlight of the game, is to play in the club championship. So that's what we are doing now. Our group consists of let's have a look. Cruz Azul, who are from, I believe, Mexico. Yeah. Universidad Católica, which I think from Chile. Yeah. And we also have Juventus from Italy as well. So we'll get through the group stage, and then we will presumably play some sort of knockoff round. So the club is doing well. And I don't know at this point whether I want to I want to skip this highlight now and get back to real time. How do I do that? Live. There we go. Oh, and here's another goal. Yeah, so I don't know whether to carry on playing this save, because basically if we win the club championship, which I presume we might, then, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all a club can achieve. We've been pretty successful in recent years, so there isn't much more to be won with Hereford. So obviously, now that we know that FM25 is not going to be, I did all that preparation with a separate YouTube channel and everything for the women's leagues. But we've got the news there, FM25 is not going to be released. So, presumably, now there won't be a game until November. So, what do we do? Do I carry on playing Hereford until then? Or, which could be interesting, I've never played a club for more than a year. Or do I start a new save and do some other saves, like a Barcelona save, or like a journeyman save, or some other club somewhere else? I don't know. Part of me wants to carry on playing Hereford, just to see how far I can take it, but that might get a little bit boring. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna get out of the way some personal stuff that I've got going on at the moment. I'm moving into a new house soon, so maybe I should let that all settle first before I throw myself into a new FM save. So we'll see. For now, I'll carry on playing Hereford, I think. But if you've got any suggestions, put them in the comments of things you'd like me to play or see or do, or explain. Let's do some subs for this match. Part of me also wants to find out, where are we playing? I haven't looked into where in the world this competition's being hosted. I'm gonna need to do that, and then get Steve, and then Gary Noble. Let's do that now. Let's go and find out where these matches are being held. Oh, Santiago Bernabeu. So that's in Spain. all of these seem to be in Spain. But I don't know whose club. Es Realis Palace. Bernabeu is, I think, Real Madrid. I think, yeah. So we are in Spain playing the club championship. And we'll play as much as we can today. I might jump into the next match as well. So yeah, it's going to make it trickier to make FM25 content when most of us have already had enough of FM24. So, sorry, I meant that FM24. So it's going to make it difficult to make content when we've already sort of had our full and we really got the appetite for a new game. So we'll see what will come of that. I've received my refund, and I really hope they will keep the price point the same, or roughly the same anyway. Okay, so we got through the first game. I'll take you through some of the highlights. So one of the highlights we've had this year is one of our young players, Kevin Bonell, won the Player of the Year for the under-25. So let's find him. I think he's actually an under-18. Maybe not. There he is. So he was crowned under-21's Player of the Year. Then, whoops. So starting at the end of the year, we had pretty good season, as you can see there, points wise. If I close this and go to competitions, you can see that we had a pretty decent points gap, about 31 points gap between us and Southampton. The league, the clubs in this top 8 are very interesting. Also, one thing that I noticed is that Man City was relegated a couple of seasons ago, and they got promoted again. But Man City has been playing in the Championship, so that is quite interesting. Here we have 5 players in the first 11 for the year. Got our striker, Torres, 2 of our centre backs, a midfielder and a right midfielder. Valentin Torres was only 2 goals away from being top goal scorer of the season. I've achieved first spot for my nationality in terms of the Hall of Fame. If you look at worldwide, I'm in 8th, 7th for Europe, and if we go to here, 3rd for England in as far as not nationality but nation instead. 4 players in the dream team for the Champions League, including our goalkeeper, who won Goalkeeper of the Year. Valentin Torres also won the World Player of the Year as well, so that's our striker. We've got 79.6 million followers now, although our the profile hasn't changed, so we still have the same sort of spread of supporter profiles. Biggest club in Europe over the past 5 years. Over the past 10 years, we're 15th. And then if we go to here, that's it. Yeah, no more news. Okay, so those are all the news from the season past. We are going to get ready for this game against Universidad Católica. And that'll probably be it for this episode, and then I'll put a cut in, and then we'll go and do the Juventus match separately, so that to spread out the content a little bit. So I am curious, for those of you who play FM24 yourselves, what are you doing? What are you playing? What are you going to do between now and FM26, or whatever the name of the game will be? They haven't even confirmed that the next game will be called FM26. Some people are talking about having a game that just gets patched from year to year, so it's just FM and then it gets patched. Some people have spoken about a subscription model, which to be honest, I'm not a fan of. I don't like subscription-based models. I think you buy it, you keep it, and that's it. We are at the end of the season, therefore this player is no longer available for some reason, even though he still has until the end of the month on his loan. So I don't really understand why he's not available to play, because we're still paying for him. So we might as well. Actually, you know what? Loans, I can't even terminate his loan. It's really annoying. Okay, let's have a look before we jump in. Let's have a look at the groups at the moment. If I go to stages, so we have in the first group Bayern against Al Ahly, Zamalek from Egypt, and Benfica from Portugal. And then it's myself, Juventus, Hereford Juventus, Cruz Azul, and the Católica. And then Group C, got Porto, Tijuana, Al Hilal, I think that's how you pronounce that, and Atlético Nacional. And then we've got, this group is interesting. We got Al Ahly again, Barcelona, Pumas from Mexico, and Auckland City. And actually they're doing pretty well. Then Chelsea, Dortmund, Kawasaki from Japan, and SEP. I don't know what that stands for, SEP. There'll be the Brazilian league is never been licensed properly. São Paulo, it says, I think. But yeah, so all the names, if we jump into the Brazilian first division, all the names are concealed. You can kind of Flamengo, and so on. But yeah, I wish we had the full names of all the teams in Brazil, because they are pretty good teams. Atletico Madrid, Racing Club, Monaco and Tunis. Group G, Real Madrid with River Plate. I think that is AC Milan, and LAFC from the USA. And then last of all, we have Al Nassr, PSG, Flamengos, and Sundowns from South Africa. So we have if we go, can we do, we can't do that, okay. I'd have to do it individually, but we have quite a lot of Saudi Arabian teams. 1, 2, 3 Saudi Arabian teams. German teams, we have 2. Then we got 2 Egyptian teams as well, I think. Yeah, 2 Egyptian teams. Portuguese teams, we got 2, Benfica and Porto. English teams is myself, Chelsea, and that's it. Italian teams, I think it might be just the one. Yeah, just the one. Mexican teams, we got 3 Mexican teams. 1 Chilean team. 1 Chilean team. 1 Colombian team, as far as I can tell. Spanish teams, we got 3 Spanish teams. 1 from New Zealand. 1 Japanese, Brazilian. We've got 2. 2 Argentinian teams. Tunisia, I thought we had 2. No, just 1. And then 1 from USA, 1 from France, and 1 from South Africa. So got a interesting spread of teams there. Right, second match then. I'm gonna keep it the same if I can, just trying to manage. There's no concern in terms of fitness because there was a decent gap between the 2 matches. So just trying to see where we could make some small gains in terms of performance. Nothing so far. Okay, yeah, we're gonna proceed exactly the same. And go ahead with another match. We're playing this time Real Espaulis Stadium against a Chilean team. Looks like a pretty full house. Yeah, that's interesting. That guy, he's got some sort of hat on. I've never seen that in a player before. I've never seen a player. Is it like a religious hat covering maybe, or is it a like a head injury that's been patched up? I don't know. Can't quite see with this sort of rendering quality. So in theory, this match should be fairly straightforward for us. Ooh, he's forgotten the ball there. There we go. First in, Kenny Lawless, who is definitely our best player. Himself and Torres together. So we are hoping to make ourselves a decent account, give ourselves a decent account in this championship. Obviously, there are lots of big teams, especially the outcome of these groups. A lot of big teams and big names will come out of it. So it will get harder as we progress through the stages. But initially, the group stage is sort of designed so that the 2 strongest teams go through. So there tends to be 2 strong teams and 2 weaker teams in the groups. So it's sort of designed for a sort of predictable who's going to come out of the groups with no major surprises. We should be coming out of this group with no problem with Juventus. And this will be a great way for the play, because we don't have much money for rotation and for bringing in new talent into the club. This tournament will help create a lot of understanding between the players as well, like playing in a different country, like, you know, almost like a summer tournament in Spain, like a friendly. Obviously you'll get tougher towards the end, but it'd be great for them to spend a bit of the summer together abroad, creating these links between themselves. Oh, we still could do with a few more green lines. We get plenty of green lines everywhere in our pitch, but could do with a few extra green lines going across, especially on the rotation players. So I guess with FM25, you know, I guess the positive is we all saved 40 quid this year. We would normally, spend the money. I would normally spend the money every year. I buy the game every year. I have bought the game every year ever since I've been able to buy games. I started playing, I think, Championship Manager 4, maybe even before that. Obviously, my brothers and so on bought the first few versions of the game. I didn't. But yeah, I've had it non-stop. All of my life played Football Manager, so it's been the first year, I think, at least for a very long time, when I've not bought a version of a game, but simply because there isn't one. So I'm still not sure what to do with the refund, because obviously it just stays in the account, but whether I'll invest in a different game or I'm not sure if you can withdraw. I haven't tried withdrawing it. Or just keep it in the wallet for next year, for later this year. I might do that. I might just save it in the wallet, and that way the next FM game is almost paid for. I'm guessing it will be the same price point. I'm hoping so anyway. They will have to do something to attract people back, because people might be a little bit disgruntled, maybe. Some people. No, I mean, I find it a little bit sad how some people are criticising the studio a lot, but at the end of the day, it's better to not release the game than to release something that's a bit rubbish. Yes, it would have been nice to have an updated database, but I guess next year we'll all have our fill, especially if the game is allowed to be matured and be good, which I think this sort of breathing space that the studio's having will allow for that. Okay, let's do our substitutes. Let's get Fernando in. So the first two games in this championship, a walk in the park. Juventus won't be so much of a walk in the park, but I'll come back in the next episode and show it to you guys how that game goes. And it'll be exciting to follow along. I've not followed along a competition like this with every match, so it'll be nice to be able to spend some time to follow along a competition like this up until the end. So I'll be releasing episodes, 1 or 2 matches per episode, depending on how long the matches go on for. This episode is already at 23 minutes, so we'll stop there, and the next episode we'll do Juventus and maybe one more match. But we've basically guaranteed going through now because we won 2 games, so even if we don't win against Juventus, we still get through that round into the knockout stage. Thanks so much for watching until the end, and I'll catch up with you in our next match against Juventus. Take care, bye bye.